friends, to episode 16 of One Man's Opinion, where I review professional Connecticut theater, national tours, and Broadway. Today I will be discussing Hnath's Dana H. playing in repertory with Tina Satter's Is This a Room at the Lyceum Theater at 149th West 45th Street on Broadway. Directed by Les Waters, Dana H. tells the story of Dana Higginbotham, Hnath's mother, who was abducted by a former patient of hers when she was a counselor for a ministry program with a church at a hospital in Florida. Now, I don't want this to be missed before I get into the rest of the review. Dana's story is immensely powerful and needs to be heard. It deals with myriad problems our country faces today, especially in the South. It addresses our mental health programs deficiencies, police deference to white supremacy groups, and lax gun laws, and that's just to name a few. It is a story that needs to be heard, and with no disrespect to Dana and the traumatic events that happened to her life, this is an excruciatingly disappointing way of telling it. Dana H. is comprised of a collection of audio clips collected from interviews with Dana conducted by a friend of Hnath's, Steve Cosson, who has also heard any audio clips. The piece is performed with Deirdre O'Connell, who mimes the entire 70-odd minutes of the audio played back to the audience with beeps indicating scene breaks and likely as well cueing O'Connell for her next lines. O'Connell is actually quite exceptional, acting with precision every little cough, sniffle, and word Dana says in the recording. It is exactly how I would imagine it if I was listening to the interview on a podcast or some NPR special. And there's the rub, as Hamlet would have said. We have this excellently told, must-hear story being presented in the most theatrically uninteresting way. The show is visually dull, uncompelling, and at times boring. I'd have been just as invested with my eyes shut or listening to it on the radio while driving to work. I get that it's a deeply personal story, and I can respect that, but a personal story recited, not even that, yet mimed with precision to the original narrator does not good theater make. Does it make it a potentially good or compelling podcast? Absolutely. But theater, nay Broadway theater, demands a greater presence than what was given with Dana H. Mostly it feels like Hnath, with all respect to his love of his mother, kept it too personal and couldn't let go of his mother's voice to give it to an actress that could have translated it for the stage in a far more interactive experience. Can I connect to the story? Yes, but not on the deeper levels that theater offers. If I was a reporter, which I am, and I was having an intimate conversation with Dana in a small motel room, which I'd never do, like the show's staging represents, I'd be in touch and connected with her on a real deep personal level. But this isn't that. This is the Lyceum Theater, which seats nearly 1,000 people. The sheer size of the house demands a grander way of telling the story. If this was a little black box house with less than 100 people, I might find it captivating, but all in all, I found it a lazy adaptation of the source material. I'm not even sure how to adequately give Hnath real writing credits here, unless the whole story is actually fiction, which I'm certain it isn't. I'd give him at best conceptual credit and editing credit. Yeah, sure, there's a bit where a maid comes into to clean up the hotel room while the audio starts to get garbled, indicating the passage of time, but that's more or less it. Even that feels like it's just padding the runtime. I've read reviews from some of my colleagues, and they're raving about Dana H. as some new piece of innovative theater, and it's really not. Innovative is what TheaterWorks Hartford has been doing for the past year, bringing theater to a pandemic world. Knowing at the start of the show that it's entirely lip-synced doesn't make it better or more forgivable. It just suckers the naive of the audience into believing that because this is on stage and people have chosen to fund it, it must be a good way of presenting theater. Really, The person I feel sorry for the most is O'Connell. This is her first Broadway performance. This is her debut. And she spends it mouthing words and mimicking someone else. She never appears to truly get to bring herself into the role, to make it her own, to approach and connect with the audience with that give and take that makes live theater so impactful and real. To see that person in their seat responding and giving to the performer and giving back in an honest and live way that actors all crave. It's incredible that Dana H., the most real story on Broadway, is the most unreal theatrical experience I've had in a long time. So that's one man's opinion of Dana H., now playing at the Lyceum Theater on Broadway. Leave your opinion in a comment below. If you're interested in getting tickets, please check the link in the description box. If you liked this video and want to watch more videos by me, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and visit my channel. My next review will be the Broadway production of Keenan Scott II's Thoughts of a Colored Man. So until next time, I'll see you at the theater.